call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the UCF Knights, taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Knights will boot it away to start the game. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So Iowa State's offense will have the football first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense comes out on the very first play of the game on the road, and they bring the energy, and they get the sack. They came into this one on fire, ready to go, and that is a statement early.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Cyclones send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So the UCF Knights offense has the ball for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this week, David?
And it's tough to have that great of a QB and that great of a wide receiver, but you definitely have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Jam him, mess up the timing. Their chemistry and timing with this elite QB and elite receiver is really good. Jesse, I got to mess it up somehow.
And you just have to take calculated risks, right? Every defensive coordinator wants to be aggressive, and you want to press them and play press man, but you can only do it a handful of times, because you know in this game, when the quarterback sees that isolated matchup, there is no question he's going to take a shot deep down the field to that guy.
When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on.
Illegal forward pass.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Wide open downfield. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Knights are rolling down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hall. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
That's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
The Knights are threatening on first and goal. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCF!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Knights! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Iowa State, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa State sending the offense back out. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Look out, he's got room. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabs it in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Cyclones will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. There he goes. Open it up. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Now on the option. Explosive run into the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 16.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the 2nd quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He's going for the big play. Hauls in the deep ball. Off to the races. Touchdown, Cyclones! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You don't oftentimes oftentimes say you need to score a touchdown in the first quarter, but when you're losing 21-0 in the first, they had to score right there, and they did. Nice job by the offense, executing on the drive, punctuating it with a touchdown. Now their defense has got to finally wake up and get a stop.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Almost everything has gone their way so far, up 21-7, and they have it back. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They want to run it left here. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The Knights need to pick it up on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Tosses it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Now on 3rd down after that run. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hall. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
And how many 1st downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today. But they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Eastern Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds his tight end. There he goes! They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's third down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Fights off a defender. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The Knights have this offense rolling. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Using the quick game. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The Knights in the hurry-up.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
It's complete on the right side. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UCF!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, his penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with him. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
Going for the big play. Makes the catch on the left. Off and running. He's at the tip. Touchdown, Iowa State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Hall. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. Moves around to clear up the vision. At the 20, he's got space. Goes out of bounds at the 25, and that's the way to get it out of your own end.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hall. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On third down, he drops to throw. A strike downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Knights want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Throws to the wideout. He's got it.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive.
Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. They'll send the back in motion. from the gun, looking for a man. Back swinging for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball is loose. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Trying to surge it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a 2-time All-American know this game is not over. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Boston College. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They'll try the run. Makes the play in the backfield again, and the defense can use a timeout and get the ball back here.
You wonder about that play call on 3rd and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play now deep in the opponent's territory. The defense has just been dominant on this drive.
And the Cyclones will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Wants to bring it back. And the returner will be knocked down. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The give to the back. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like the magic from Hilton Coliseum has rubbed off on both teams there so far in Ames. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Time to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Soft spot in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
On the double.
The Knights with the 1st and 10.
Out 55 weak.
They just keep firing. Got a man. It's Hall.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. Fires to the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Cyclones trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He returns it almost to the 35. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Solid work on that one. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Looking for space. It's Hall. Got the 1st down and more. Hall down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Brings up 2nd down.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. Turning it on. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Trying play action. Firing to the right, complete. Great move. Now he's got room. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And I tell you what, I love the versatility of wide receivers nowadays. You can handle the football in many different ways, but I like this. Get him going full speed in motion. He's already got all that speed built up. Hand him the football. He can chew up 5 yards in a hurry. Get you those.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCF!
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
The AT unit on the field.
For the extra point.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step too here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. Open space at the 25.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robbins. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll give it to the back. They make the tackle at the 22. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down. And the Cyclones come to the line with a new set of downs. Got it in the middle, it's Cole. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Going with the ground game left. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up. And that
unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Plucks it out of the air. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
this quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
The quick out. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Trying to beat the D deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
The Knights are moving quickly down the field. He'll pull it on the read. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and